What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody is continuing to do well and continue to try to stay positive through these times. Looks like Governor Kemp is opening some things back up. I'm not sure how good or bad that may be for us. I would just continue to ask you to pray for this situation, pray for each other, stay encouraged. This week, more so than any week, I've definitely just felt this spirit of disconnect in my own heart, and this is not unusual for me, and I'm not sure that that's unusual for your lives as well. But sometimes I feel this disconnect between me and God. I feel this disconnect right now, especially between me and the church, because we're not meeting together like we normally do, and you really don't realize how important that is to your life till it's taken away from you. And I just want to tell you, I miss you guys. I miss being around you guys. We still get to communicate, kind of. We did the Zoom small group, boys and girls, this last Sunday, and that was a treat for me. I got to see some of you guys and talk a little bit with you guys, and so we're going to continue to do that. We're going to do that this Sunday night. We're all going to meet together on Zoom. I hope that goes well. But I've just felt this disconnect, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. And I believe that our disconnect between us and God is a lot to do with where we are and what we're dealing with. A.W. Tozer said that every man is as close to God as he wants to be. He or she wants to be. Every man or woman is as close to God as they want to be. Like, that hits home, right? Because this week, I guess more than any, I've kind of been stressing about certain situations, thinking about what the new normal is going to be like, when I'm going to be able to get a haircut, geez Louise, or go to the gym, or come see you guys, or go out to eat, and do these things without worrying about somebody coughing on you and things like that. But I tell you, it's this disconnect we have with God. It's something that shows up in our lives from time to time. Sometimes we can't explain it. But I tell you, sitting there this morning with my son, for many of you guys know that I do love to hunt, and I love to hunt deer and turkey most of all. And so right now is turkey season, and for this last month, me and Carson, my oldest son, have really been hard at trying to get his first turkey harvested. And we've had a great journey doing this, and I just couldn't help but this morning, we were hunting this morning. We go for maybe an hour or two, in the mornings every now and then. And I was just sitting there, and, for those you don't know, when you turkey hunt, you're trying to get the turkey to come to you. And I was just hoping for that turkey. I was hoping for Carson, for him to, be able to harvest his first bird and to be there with him and to experience that joy. And maybe some of that will erase some of the disconnect I got going on, or maybe erase some of the stress I have going on. And I just couldn't help but to think all the hope that I had in that little ugly turkey, right? Like, I had so much hope in him. And I just thought how silly that was. And I started tracing that in my own life. And, I know that sounds silly, and you guys are like, dude, you're like half crazy. I'm not sure you're even, supposed to do this job. But anyway, the reality is there's a lot of different things we place our hope in. And I think that when our hopes begin to get, to go left or right, and we begin to place a lot of our hope into certain things such as turkeys, or maybe we place our hope in grades, or we place our hope in making a sports team, or becoming popular, or making a lot of money one day. Maybe we place a lot of hope in getting a new boyfriend or girlfriend, and we just hope that person will start liking us. And really what begins to happen when we begin to hope, like, let's say you're trying to hope, your hope is in this girl or boy liking you. And what you're going to do is you're going to start living your life. You're going to start posting things on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media platform you use. You're going to start liking the things that person likes, and you're going to start maneuvering your life in a way to get that person to like you back. And that's kind of how it was with me with that turkey, right? Like, I began to do the things I needed to do to, put myself in his way. But none of those things are bad in and of themselves. I'm not saying that those are wrong things to hope for. especially here and now. But I think more importantly, what begins to happen is when we begin to place ourselves onto those things, our entire hope is found in some of those things, like creature comforts. Especially now with a lot of these things taken away from us. I just hope everything goes back to normal. Man, I just hope school would start back. Man, I hope we get to go to the beach this summer. And I hope we can go here or there. I hope I can get a haircut again, So the reality is our hope is firmly placed and should be rooted in Christ. Right? Like, this life is brief. It is. If this whole virus has taught us anything, that nothing in this life is promised, and life is short. It just is. And so God has promised us something in Christ that we have a lot to hope for. 1 Peter 1:13 says this. I love this verse, and we'll kind of wrap things up right here in just a minute. Therefore, with minds that are alert and fully sober, set your hope on the grace to be brought to you when Jesus Christ is revealed at his coming. I'll say this again. Therefore, with minds that are alert and fully sober, set your hope on the grace to be brought to you when Jesus Christ is revealed at his coming. I love that. And you know why I love that? Like, we're to set our hope on his grace that's coming. Like, it's coming. Not maybe coming, not meh. It's coming. Like, we have this future glory that is coming in Christ's return that we don't tend to talk about as much because we're busy hoping for turkeys and hoping for new cars and hoping for boyfriends or girlfriends or hoping for graduation or hoping for a beach trip or hoping for popularity or whatever we're hoping for. We lose track of the real reason we have hope, the real reason there is hope. Like, hope is alive because Jesus is alive. I'm going to say that again. Hope is alive because Jesus is alive. Jesus has promised to return to us. I talked a little bit about this last week, but I'm never going to shut up about it. Like, the reality is Christ has promised to come back. And that gives us hope. It gives us peace in the present. No matter what your present time is like. Some of you guys are having the time of your life. Some of you guys are enjoying the time you're playing video games and you don't have to go to school and you like the small workload or maybe big workload you got going on with school at home and you just love your present life. But there's others of you who are not enjoying this time. There are others of you who are just sitting at home and like, I can't wait to be around my friends. This is miserable. I can't stand being around my family this long. Man, this house isn't, whatever it is. Like, the reality is, no matter what your present time is like, nothing pales in comparison to a hope that we have in Christ's return. Like, he's coming back for us. He loves us. And like I said, hope is alive because Jesus is alive. And so the reality is, he loves us. I love you guys. I hope this is encouraging for you guys that, hope is definitely important. And I want you to place your hope in Jesus Christ. See you guys later.